See, in the next lecture, in the last lecture, I have told you one homework to complete that. Being a T2 space is hereditary and topological property. Have you done the homework?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Is there any problem for that?
No, ma'am.
Okay, if you're not having a problem, let us go for the next examples. The first example which we are going to see is we have to show that every metric space is a T2 space. Every metric space is a T2 space. Or you can say Hausdorff space. The statement may be like this: every metric space is a Hausdorff space. Or you can have it as a theorem also. Let us start with the proof. What is given to us? Let XD be a metric space. Okay, we have been provided with one metric space. I hope you remember one of the theorem we have proved that every metric space is a
T
topological
space.
space. Hmm. So here we have to prove that this metric space is a T2 space. Okay, first we have provided that XD is a metric space. To prove that, what is our aim to prove that? It is a T2 space. Okay, now if I want to prove any space to be a T2 space, I have to start with the assumption that I have a two different point in capital X, considering those points X and Y belongs to capital X. So I will take two distinct points, right? If X is not equal to Y in capital X, and given that XD is a metric space, one of the important property of a metric space I can write with the help of this is D of XY is greater or equal by 0. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
If I am saying that X and Y are completely different points, so this equality condition will not be there. So what I can say, D of XY is not equal to 0. Correct, no? If X and Y are
Yes,
two
ma'am.
different points, so the X and distance between X and Y will not be equal to 0. This condition greater than or equal to ensures that either it is strictly greater or it is equal to. But here condition of equality will not be there since 2 points are completely different points. Okay. As we are measuring a distance, because every metric is going to measure one of the distance, so that's why we can say that d of xy is equal to some number r which is greater than 0, right? Distance between the 2 points x and y is some constant number. Okay, now before going to result of proving a T2 space, first we should define what is a metric topology, right? Because as we are in the topological space and we are having a metric space, so we will define corresponding topology of this metric space. Okay, whatever the metric space we have been provided. So A is subset of X. Those who remember, we have defined this type of a metric topology. For every points in capital A, we should have there exist R greater than 0 such that S of AR, that is open sphere center at A radius R, is contained in A. And if this condition holds for every point of capital A, then we say that it is a topological space, or we can say that A is a member of a TOE. Right? To be a member of TOE, there are two conditions. Either it should be an empty set, or that set A it will be a member of a TOE if it satisfies this condition. For every element of capital A, there should exist an open sphere which contained in A. Right? Suppose this is what open sphere, and suppose this is A, and somewhere here we have a X TOE. So for every point of A, we should have an open sphere S of AR which is contained in A, and this is true for every point of A. And if this condition holds, then we say that capital A is a member of a TOE. Okay, now what is our aim to show that XT is a T2 space? To show that it is a T2 space, we have to find out two different open set G and H which satisfy the condition. What is the condition? X belongs to G y does not belongs to G, and y belongs to H, x does not belongs to H. And one more condition, G intersection H is a empty set. That is, we have to find out two disjoint open set. Okay, this much condition is only satisfied if we want to prove it is a T1, but we want to prove T2 space, so we have to prove these two conditions. Okay, we have to prove this part. So for that, what we have obtained is d of xy is equal to r, which is greater than 0, and x and y are the two distinct point. Okay, here what we have selected, x is a any point of capital X. So I will define G and H in such a way that S of x r by 3, S of y r by 3 belongs to 2. Is it okay? Simply I have selected one open sphere, center at x and radius y with center at x and radius r by 3, and another open sphere with center at y and radius r by 3 itself. Okay. So let me show you how it happens. First, suppose this is what your XD matrix space in which one set A will have, and suppose these are two distinct points. That is what our assumption, no? For these two distinct points we have to find out the result. Okay, so firstly we have selected x and y, and then what is given to us, distance between x and y, some constant r, and then this r distance I have to divide in the three parts, r by 3. That means this distance r I have to divide in the three part, and I have to select x as a center, and I have to draw open sphere. Again I have to select y as a center, I have to draw sphere. So what is the radius? This is r by 3, this is also r by 3. So this is what the open set G, this is what an open set H. They are no doubt disjoint, as well as they contain one point, they does not contain another point. Is the idea clear from the diagram?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we have found the two different open sets. So that's why we can say, which implies there exist G and H satisfy the such that which satisfy the condition. What is the condition? That this one condition which we want to prove. This satisfy this condition, as well as they are a disjoint. Why they are disjoint? If suppose I have selected, instead of selecting r by 3, if I have selected r by 2, it was somewhat difficult. Okay, so that's why I have selected this to be a r by 3. Okay. It is very easy. Simply you have to go for the consideration. We have started with the assumption that x and y are two different points. So by definition of metric space, it is some distance r. That distance r I have divided into three equal part, and then you have to just select the sphere. As we can select the sphere because it is metric topology. No, how the metric topology is defined? With the help of a open spheres. Now, in the very similar way, we will prove that every metric space is a T1 space. The second one, we will prove every metric space is a T1 space. Okay. So we have been provided that let XD be a metric space. Again, we have to define a metric topology. To be a member of 2, there are two possibilities. Either it is a empty set, or it is a subset of X such that it satisfy the condition for every element of capital A. If we are able to find out the open sphere center at A and radius R, which is contained in A, and condition is that R is strictly greater than 0, then we say that A is a member of a 2. Given that HD is a metric space, so that's why we have defined the topology related to that metric. And what is our aim to prove that? X2 is a T1 space. Okay. So to prove a T1 space, it is not necessary to find out the disjoint open set. Okay, it is not necessary to find out the disjoint open set. It was necessary for T2. Okay, so to prove any space to be a T1 space, we have to start with the assumption x is not equal to y in capital X. And if x is not equal to y in capital X and xd is a metric space, for this d will be a distance in the 2 points x and y which is non-zero. Why it is non-zero?
X not equal to y.
They are two different points, so that's why the distance is non-zero. And hence again we have to write down the same thing, d of xy is equal to r. So this r now I will divide in the such a way that it may be disjoint or not disjoint. So for that we will define as suppose this is what the distance r. So this r I will divide in the r by 2 r by 2. So here is your point x and y, the distance between x and y is r. So now as they are open spheres, so we can define like this because there is no need to find out g and h to be disjoint sets. So this is what g and h, and these are the points x and y, such that we are able to find out the open sphere G, or we can say open set with center at x and radius r by 2, and h is equal to open sphere center at y and radius r by 2, such that we can say now there exists the open set G and H belongs to tau, which satisfy the condition of being a T1 space, that x belongs to G, y does not belongs to G, y belongs to H, and x does not belongs to H. And hence we can say that x tau is a T1 space. Okay? Now, instead of defining with this metric, we will define it with the usual topology. Okay. Let us go for the next example, that is third one. The same thing we will prove that every metric space is T1 space but in this case tau is a usual topology. Yes, anyone remember usual topology? In the very basic lectures we have taken the usual topological space.
Except of open sphere, there will be interval.
Okay, sorry. XD is a metric space. We have XD to be a metric space, right? So what is the usual topology? I will write the topology so that you can remember it is the to be a member of two. There are two possibilities. Either it is an empty set or it actually usual topology is what? It is no doubt your metric topology. But if we are going to define on R instead of defining on any set X, ओके एनी सेट एक्स की जगह पे अगर आप रियल लाइन पे डिफाइन कर रहे हो तो वो सभी ओपन स्फीयर जो है वो इंटरवल के फॉर्म में कन्वर्ट फॉर ऑल पॉइंट्स ऑफ कैपिटल ए देयर एग्जिस्ट द ओपन स्फीयर instead of saying to be open sphere as we are in the real line we can say a minus r a plus r, that is an open interval, is contained in capital A. And if it is true for every element of A, then we can say that it is a member of a 2. So in short, we can say suppose here is what your set A, which is a subset of R. Then for every point of A, we should have one open interval A minus R, A plus R, which is contained in A. And if it is true for every element of capital A, then it will be a member of a 2. Okay. this is what the topology we have defined. No doubt it is a metric topology, but as it is defined on R, so that's why it is a usual topological space. So what is our aim to prove that? To prove that we have to show it is a T1 space. Again, if I want to show any space to be a T1 space, I have to start with the assumption x is not equal to y in capital X. Okay, again it is given that xt is a metric space. If it is a metric space, D is a metric. Metric means a distance, so that's why distance between the 2 points is some r which is greater than 0. Right. So if this r is greater than 0, again we can define the two open sets. Instead of having to be open sets, now they are in the form of a intervals. Right. If you remember, in one of the lecture I have told you that the singleton sets in our discrete topology are the open set. But in our in the real analysis, we have proved that every singleton sets are a closed set. See, in the topology and in real analysis, this is what the difference. We are saying that every singleton sets are a closed set in our real analysis. But in topology, we can say that in some particular spaces, singleton sets can be open set, right? So don't assume that open set means it should be an open sphere. So it can be a singleton set also, and it can be an interval. Here I am writing the interval x minus r by 2, x plus r by 2, which will be a member of tau. So let me show you ahead how it works. Okay, what is given to us? X and y are two different points, and as they are two distinct points, the distance between them is some distance r, as it is on the real line. Okay, so this is what your real line in which we have two distinct points. So now we have to find out the open interval, that is we can say this r by 2 we can select. Okay, so I can say this is x minus r by 2, this is what x plus r by 2, and here also we can select this is what y minus r by 2 and y plus r by 2. Instead of having the open spheres, as the definition of open set is what, it should satisfy some of the conditions in our topological space, right? Here in discrete metric space, we have shown that every singleton sets are a closed set as well as they are open set. But in our real analysis, we have shown that every finite set, every singleton sets are a closed set. They cannot be open. But in topology, it is some different idea. So here, the open set I can say to be an open interval, which is a member of tau. Another open set I can define it as with the help of y, that is y minus r by 2, y plus r by 2 belongs to tau, such that now we can say x belongs to G, y does not belongs to G, and y belongs to H, x does not belongs to H. That is not necessary to find out whether they are disjoint or not. Okay, if it is a question to find out whether it is a T2 space, then it is okay. At that time, what we will do? We will change it to R by 3. Okay, whatever we have selected here. So you have to divide this interval in the three parts. Instead of having r by 2, we can select r by 3. Then we can show this space to be a T2 space. Is it so fast, easy or not?
Easy, ma'am.
So as it is easy, so that's why I am taking somewhat fast so that we can cover the syllabus. So another statement you have to prove as a homework. Just now I've written every metric space is a T2 space, but you have to show with the help of a usual topology. Okay, just now I told you what you have to do, only one change you have to do. Instead of having r by 2, you have to do it as r by 3. Whatever the proof we have seen just now, you have to do the same thing. Okay, I hope you can do this.
Yes, ma'am.
Let us go for the next space, that is show that force space is a T2 space. Okay, what is our aim to show that force space is a T2 space? This is somewhat different one. We will take it in detail. First, we will define out what is a force space. So, what is a force space? First, G should be a subset of X. So, infinity should not be member of a G, or G should be a subset of X such that if infinity is a member of G, G complement is finite. Okay, there are two conditions to be a member of tau. Either infinity belongs or infinity does not belong. Okay, I hope everyone remember the force space.
Yes, ma'am.
We have proved this as a topological space by going with the four condition. Phi belongs to tau, X belongs to tau, right? Then finite intersection of open set is open set. Again, arbitrary union of open set is open set. So now, what is our aim to prove is X2 is a T2 space. To prove it is a T2 space, we have to consider the two cases in this one. Because to be a member of two, there are two conditions, no? So that's why we have to select the two cases to prove this result. Okay. As it is a union, we have to first consider this case and then we'll consider this case. That everything is depending on infinity, no? Whether infinity is there or not. Solution, or we can say the proof for this is first, as I want to show it is a T2 space, let me start with the two different point in X. Okay, so here the point arises that what are these X and Y, because X and Y may be infinity, no? Either X is infinity or Y is infinity. So to prove this result, we will start with the case 1. In the case 1, we will consider that X is infinity and Y is not equal to infinity. It is not infinity means it may be some another element. Okay, X infinity आहे, Y infinity नसेल तर X and Y दोन्ही not equal असणार आहे, right? So now I can say the infinity is not a member of singleton Y. But this singleton Y is a subset of X, which implies this singleton Y belongs to tau. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
Because what we have to show, if infinity is not a member of the sum set, then it is obvious member of a tau. Here we have shown that infinity is not a member of singleton Y. That's why it will come in the first category, that it will be a member of a tau. So you can write the reason by definition of a topology tau. Okay, infinity if it is not a member of that set, it will be a member of a tau. So now I can say this itself as a open set G is equal to singleton Y, or you can say it is to be H, and then we have to select some another open set, say G is equal to X minus singleton Y. Okay. Now if I am saying that infinity is not a member of singleton Y, obviously infinity will be a member of X minus singleton Y.
Yes, ma'am.
First, either it will belong to one of the set. No? If it is not in the set, it will be there in the complement. So I can write infinity belongs to X minus singleton Y. If I say that infinity is a member of X minus singleton Y, so first we will consider one statement. Okay, what we have to consider, X minus singleton Y. Why I am considering this, you will come to know later on, because in the next step we are going to use this condition. X minus singleton Y, which means that X intersection with complement of this and whole complement. Okay, this minus means intersection with its complement, minus means intersection with its complement. Okay, let us see what it affects. X intersection with the complement of X is empty set, no? Now this intersection as it is, or it will convert to union. Hmm. How it works? X complement union होना ना ये intersection
Yes, ma'am.
because of the De Morgan's law. We can say it is union, the complement of complement. By complement, its complement, I can write it as a singleton. So we can say the complement of the set with the set, the resultant is empty set union with the Y is singleton Y. Right? So if I say that the singleton Y is what? A finite set. आहे ना finite set है?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Why we have done this? Let me show you. Okay. So what we have written, infinity is a member of X minus singleton Y. Why it is a member? Because if it is not a member of Y, it will be member of its complement. Okay. So if infinity is member of that set, what is the consideration for being a member of a two? If infinity is member of that set, its complement must be a finite set. Correct? To be a member of two, there are two possibilities. Either it is condition that infinity should be member of that set, and if suppose infinity is not a member, and if suppose infinity is a member of that set, its complement should be a finite set. Here we have found infinity is member of that set, so that's why we have to find out the complement of that set. हे जी असणार आहे जी कॉम्प्लिमेंट फाइंड आउट करायचं जी कॉम्प्लिमेंट कसं फाइंड आउट करणार एक्स मायनस जी. Now in this case this is what g. Try to understand the thing. Here you can say infinity belongs to g, and we have found the result infinity belongs to x minus singleton y. So what will be our aim? To show that its complement is finite, and if we show that its complement is finite, then that set will be a member of 2. समजताय का?
Yes, ma'am.
So we have shown that the complement of that set is a finite set. So we can now have infinity belongs to G. What is G in this case? X minus singleton Y. And what is H? Is singleton Y. And we can now say that by the conditions of topology, by definitions of topology, we have proved that G and H both belongs to 2. G will belongs to 2 with the condition of infinity. H will belongs to 2 with the condition of not having a infinity. Okay. Now we have found the two different open sets. So now we can say X belongs to G and Y does not belongs to G. Why Y does not belongs to G? Because we have excluded Y while defining the G. And we can say Y belongs to H and X does not belongs to H. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Now simply what is our aim to show? G intersection H is empty set. Because our aim is to prove it is a T2 space. Okay. Up to now we have proved it to be a T1 space. Okay. So after this step we will go for proving it to be a T2 space. Now here you can say it is T naught also. As it is a T1, we can say it is a T naught space also. Right now? T naught के लिए क्या कंडीशन है? सिर्फ एक ओपन सेट चाहिए. यहाँ पे हमें दो ओपन सेट मिल रहे हैं. Right? So now just our aim is to prove that the intersection is empty. What is your G? G is our X minus singleton Y. Consider what we have to consider. This is G intersection with H. G is x minus singleton y, H is singleton y. Okay, from here we have started. As we have selected x and y to be different point, x is infinity, y is not equal to infinity. If singleton y does not contain infinity, it is an obvious member of a toe. इन्फिनिटी नसेल तर ऑब्वियस मेंबर आहे. जर इन्फिनिटी असेल तुमच्या सेटमध्ये तर तुम्हाला नेक्स्ट कंडिशन सॅटिस्फाय करावं लागेल. कुठली कंडिशन? इट्स अ कॉम्प्लिमेंट मस्ट बी अ फायनाइट सेट. सो हियर वी हॅव शोन द कॉम्प्लिमेंट इज फायनाइट सेट. x minus singleton y. Here we have written this complement. So the intersection H we have to consider x intersection with the complement of y intersection with y. So what is intersection of a set with its complement?
Hi.
Empty set. And hence intersection of empty set with the set X is empty, which implies we have shown G intersection H is a empty set. And hence we have proved it to be a T2 space. So now if I will tell you one important result that if any space you proved as a T2 space, no need to prove it to be a T1. No need to prove it is T1 and T0. By default होणार आहे ना. T2 मध्ये just condition आहे. What are the condition? Two open set, they must be disjoint. So two open set already we got, they are disjoint. That is not a more condition in T0. We have to find out only one open set. No need to prove it is T1 and T0. Directly, if you have proved it to be a T2 space, you can say directly they are T1 space and T0 space. Agree with this statement?
Yes, ma'am.
Now one more important property which we are going to see is one topology is given to us and we have to find out whether it is a T2 space or not. Before that, first we will show it is a topology or not, and then we will find out whether it is T0, T1 and T2. Okay. Let us start with that example. X is equal to set of natural number. See, in the topology, I have told you that whenever it comes to some actual set, instead of assuming X to be any set, if I come to actual set, suppose I have written X is equals to A, comma B, comma C. So it is somewhat difficult to find out the answer. Right now, for every element, we have to check the condition. Just like in the examples of a limit point. Okay, in the examples of a limit point, we have found for x equal to a, whether x equal to a is a limit point, x equal to b is a limit point, x equal to c is a limit point. We have discussed the cases. For x equal to a, we have to find out all the open sets. For x equal to b, we have to find out the open sets. And then finally, after doing all this, we can say what are the limit points. And if suppose it is in general, then you can do it for arbitrary point x and the result is true. Now here also we have given the specific name, that is X is set of natural number, and the topology is given to us as phi union an such that n is equals to 1, 2, 3 and so on. And what is your an? An is nothing but n plus 1, n plus 2 and so on. Okay. Try to understand the topology first, then we will go for the solution. Okay, we have to first, first we will find out what we have to do to prove that. First step, we have to prove it is true is topology. Because up to now we haven't proved it, no? First we will prove it is a topology, then we have to check we have to check whether it is T2, T1 and T0. Okay. So understood what is our aim to prove? First we have to prove it is topology, then you have to check whether it is T2, T1 and T0. Okay. Now first you should understood what is a topology. Okay. What is our topology? Topology is defined in such a way that to be a member of two, either it should be an empty set or it is written as an. What is an? If I write n equal to 1, so it will be natural number set itself. I start n with 2, it will be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and so on. If suppose I have started n with 100, so what will be the set? 100, 101, 102 and so on. If suppose I have started the set with 5000, so next number will be 5001, 5002 and so on. Are you getting how the sets will be?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, just remember your natural number set and then you can find out the result. Okay, let us start with the first step. Step first. What we have to do in the step first to prove it is a topology. Okay. So first to prove it is a topology, what is our aim to prove that phi is a member of 2? आहे का phi member of 2?
Yes, ma'am.
By default, है ना? By definition. So you can write the reason. Instead of saying to be together, we can say that it is by definition. Next, we have to show that x belongs to 2. What is x in this case? We have to show that natural number belongs to topology 2. Can you show this?
Yes, ma'am. By taking n equal to 1.
Yeah. So an, right, an, if I write here n equal to 1, because what is the condition for n will start from 1 to 3 and so on. It can take any number. So if I write instead of an or n equal to 1, it will be a1. So it will start with an is what? N plus 1, n plus 2 and so on. So n equal to 1, 1 plus 1, 2, 3 and so on. So what is this set? This is nothing but your set of natural numbers. Okay. So a1 itself is x, which is set of natural number and hence it belongs to 2. Okay. Now what is our aim to prove that? The intersection also belongs to 2 as well as we have to prove for a union. Okay, getting me? If you are having any doubt, you can ask me.
Yes, ma'am.
बाकीचे स्टुडंट आहेत का? Let me take the presently now so that I can understand how many are following. Roll number 1. Firdos Adde. Are you there? She has joined the lecture, no? Let it be. Avatar Karishma, Suraj Avtare, Sanjana Aute,
Yes, ma'am.
Pooja Bachute,
Yes,
Bhagwan
ma'am.
Sabiha,
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Kajal Pichai, Kajal was also present. Bhosle Purnima,
Present, ma'am.
Taskin Chanda,
Present, ma'am.
Pawar Preeti, Pawar Shweta, Pallavi Pude, Atharva Khatavkar. I am not taking serially so that I can understand how many of you really present. Kulkarni Chetna,
Yes, ma'am.
see, do the lectures seriously. चालू करून ठेवून जाऊ नका कुठे पण. तसं करायचं असेल तर उगीच डेटा वेस्ट नाही करायचा ना. Okay, what we have to do? First, we have to take two different open set and then we have to prove that their intersection is also a member of a toe. Now, first let us see how the members of toe looks like. You can see here how the topology is defined. It is either empty set or it is in the form of an. N can be any number. So the set may start with 1, set may start with 2, 3, 4, 5 like this. Okay, so set may be 1, 2, 3 and so on. The set may start with 2, 3 or the set may start with 10, 11, 12 and so on. So these are what the sets in our topological space. Okay, are you getting the topology how it is defined?
Yes, ma'am.
If you understood this, let us prove the thing that we have to prove the intersection is also member of toe. So in that case, we have to consider the two different subcases. What are the two different subcases? If n is greater than m and if m is greater than n. Okay. Thus, we have selected an and am to be any arbitrary elements of our topology. Just now you have seen that how the members of toe will look. It may start from 1, it may start from 2, 3 and so on. So for that, if you are not getting this one, let me start with some n equal to, suppose an and am we have written. Suppose n is 2 and m is 4. Okay. So what will be a2 and a4? A2 will start with 2
2, 3, 4.
and a4 will start with 4, 5, 6 and so on. Okay, now as we can say 2 is greater than 4, so we can have this condition, right? Now let me check the intersection. What will be the intersection if n is greater than m?
A4.
Correct. Intersection will be a4. A4 means it will contain the common element, no? So intersection is a4. That is a2 intersection with a4 is a4. So in the case of n greater than m, we are getting the case or we are getting the intersection as am. So I can generalize the concept an intersection am will be equal to am. Okay. So now let us go for the case 2. What is the case 2? We have to select m is greater than n. So let me select some n equal to 5 and m we will select as 10. Okay, in the case 2. In the case 2, what will be the result? You can go for this case also. N and m arbitrary numbers hai na? So let me go for the case 2 in which a5 and a10 we will write. This is what your an and this is am in the case 2. A5 will start with 5, 6, 7, 8 and so on. And A10 will start with 10, 11, 12 and so on. And what will be the intersection of A5 with A10?
A10.
Okay, so A10, no doubt A10 is a member of TOE. Ahe ka member?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Here also you can say A4 is a member of TOE. So AM already we have selected to be a member of TOE. So in both the cases, I can say if either n is greater than m or m is greater than n, we are getting the result. What we have got here, intersection 18, that is AM. So we get that it is also member of a toe. Okay. So in both the cases, we have found the result that the intersection is again a member of a toe. And hence we can say in general AN intersection AM will be a member of a toe, which implies it is closed under intersection. Now let me prove the result for our arbitrary union. Okay, so let us collect A alpha be a member of toe for all alpha belongs to the index set. Now let us find out the union of A alpha. What will be union? Can you say that very guaranteedly that A union of A alpha will be some particular set? See the topology and tell me which one will be the largest AI.
Natural number.
Correct. X itself is the largest, no? So आप कोई भी set ले लो, right? If suppose you have taken A2, A3, A100, A12, A13, whatever you have taken. If you take the union of all, it must be your some A1 or you can say X8. Okay? And X already member आहे टोचा. Or whatever you have taken. If you have taken the union of all this, what will be the result? Union will be A2, na?
Yes, ma'am.
Try to do these things. Try to write down A2, A3, A100, A12, A13. Then you can see what is a union. And if you have taken the intersection, A100 will be the intersection. And union will be A2. The A2 already member आहे टोचा.
Yes, ma'am.
A100 पण ऑलरेडी मेंबर आहे सो इंटरसेक्शन घ्या किंवा युनियन घ्या ते टो मध्ये असणार आहे सो यू कॅन से डायरेक्टली द युनियन इज ऑल्सो अ मेंबर ऑफ so in this way we can say from 1 2 3 4 toe is a topology on X or X2 is a T space. In the next lecture, we will show or we will find out whether it is T2, T1 and T0. And again, in this lecture, I will give you homework that you have to verify whether it is T2, T1 or T0. Okay? In every lecture, I am giving you homework so that at least जो उस lecture में हुआ है उस पे आप concentrate करोगे ना अगर आपको homework solve करना है तो so try to solve so that daily study भी होगा आपका homework भी solve होगा और मेरा भी burden थोड़ा कम होगा अगर आप homework solve करोगे तो so your
Yes,
study
ma'am.
is also completed our syllabus will be completed आपका study भी हो जाएगा so try to find out whether it is T2 T0 and T1 space and in the next lecture tell me this and if you have done that homework we will go for the cover open cover closed cover regular spaces completely regular and T4 ओके अगर हमने टी आई स्पेस खत्म कर दिया तो ज़्यादा कुछ नहीं है और एस एस है एफ एस देन लिंडेलॉफ स्पेस आई होप वी विल कवर द सिलेबस सो बट सिलेबस कवर तो हो जाएगा बट आपको डेली स्टडी करना पड़ेगा इफ यू हैव अ डाउट यू कैन आस्क अदरवाइज वी विल एंड द लेक्चर